gonna be alright. All night, alright. Dance with you. What do you gotta? All night, alright. Dance with slow. Give it up, gonna be alright. All night, alright. Dance with you. What do you gotta? All night, alright. So slow. Give it up, gonna be alright.
Well, quite frankly, folks, I think that I am very looking forward to this game between the Newcastle Knights and the Sydney Roosters. I don't know very much about this sport, but they tell me it's very interesting, very exciting, full of big men, and I love big men. There's nothing more, nothing better than big men. Hello, everybody. I've always wanted to start a stream like that, and you guys always ask me to do it, and I never do it. Mostly because it's like you're putting pressure on yourself, and that's the key thing. Basically, you're if you don't do it well, you can rehearse it as much as you want, but if you don't do it well in the moment, you look like an absolute ass. Fortunately, I think I did all right. I think I did solid. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm wearing red, white, and blue. Kind of makes sense. This lighting makes me look a little bit orange. Why not just go for it? You know, like, why not just give it a squeeze? Hello, how you going? This is exciting purely because normally it feels like with Roosters games I need to wait all day for them. Normally it's the second or third game of a stream, it feels like. Today, bang, immediately start wearing the colours. It's perfect. Up against the Newcastle Knights as well, a team that I really admire this season. I think that they've done an absolutely brilliant job. They're under pressure though. Their next two games, I was saying this yesterday, next two games are away trips here in Canberra and in Brisbane. They've already lost 2 on the trot. Massively important game here for the Newcastle Knights. My tip is obviously Eastern Suburbs District Rugby League Football Club. As a noted enthusiast of the Eastern Suburbs District Rugby League Football Club. But, you know, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. We're so on. God, yeah, we're on. God, yes, we're on. The Dom Young Bowl, the Sandon Smith Bowl, the Aiden Guerra Bowl, the Sean Kenny Dowell Bowl, the Brock Lamb Bowl. Like, yeah, you can just absolutely write the Connor Watson Bowl. As many as you want. We'll get into the teams very quickly. There's not too much to note. Obviously, Fletcher Sharp does move to fullback. No Kalen Ponga in this one. That's because the Roosters have plot armor. Saw Tom Dearden as well as that for tomorrow night's game. We play Cowboys next week. He's probably going to be out next week as well. It is Roosters plot armor, and I am starting to believe that the NRL do want us to win the comp because that makes the perfect amount of sense. Sandon Smith moves into the 5'8" position to replace Fletcher Sharp. The other change is for Newcastle. Cody Hopwood coming in to start in the front row. So him and Trey Mooney, they're not very experienced, and they were saying in the pre-game, particularly with the return of James Tedesco, he could put those two through the middle under pressure a little bit early. So Tyson Frizzell moves onto the interchange bench. The Roosters are completely unchanged, but for Newcastle, they include Kyle McCarthy and Elijah Salesa Leo Moana onto their interchange bench. Let's get it underway. Let's get it underway. I've got a little, got a shadow you can see. I'm gonna zoom the camera in slightly. Cinema. Here come the Roosters. This is, by the way, the only time when my scoreboard doesn't really work. Whoa! Thank you, Cat. Is it going to read it out? It's not going to read it out. If only I had a 5-month streak at school. That is unfortunate to you that you don't have a 5-month streak at school. I'm sorry to hear that. But thank you so much. 5 months of subscriptions. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Happy to say, by the way, on the note of streams. So, I said yesterday that I would be talking with another creator, Larry Talks. Someone just redeemed a thing. I haven't even poured it yet.
It's _ Hasman just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
With Larry talks about the bunker after Sunday's game. That's no longer going to happen.
I will almost certainly be debating Hectic Fred, not on Sunday, but in about a week and a half's time. We're kind of working on that. But, oh my god. I can't finish my sentence! Ah, it doesn't read it out. Oh, yeah, because I upped the threshold. Sorry I'm late. Why is Newcastle even playing? We all know the Roosters are better. There's KFC, Red Rooster, Henny Penny, El Shana, Oporto. All these are Rooster-based. There's no Knights-based restaurants. So true. They're going to have a moment of silence. Great. I can't even finish it now. Rest in peace, Scott. I'll be quiet throughout this. Yeah, bro, money god, I don't know if you saw, but there was a moment of silence. So you're like, you're gonna talk? No, not that moment of silence. Anyway, yeah, point I was trying to make before. Wait till something gets redeemed again here. No longer gonna be doing a debate after Sunday stream. I will, however, be doing a different stream. The Roosters NRLW game, which conveniently is at that time. Absolute perfect timing to play against the West Tigers. First NRLW stream I'll have done this year, unbelievably. It's round 4, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, we're about to get underway. My clock says 1 minute 09. They haven't even kicked off on my screen, so I don't know. There we go. We're back to the start. 70% of you, after 20 votes, reckon that the Roosters will win this game. I am inclined to agree.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Wow, already.
Just redeemed.
Let's kick off if you want to sync up with me.
Blau.
Blau it is. We are underway up there in Newcastle. It's a lovely ground. I love going up to Newcastle. I've been up there a couple of times. I've seen a concert there. I've seen this game, Knights versus Roosters there. It's just a really special ground. There's something about it. Oh, and Nafahu White is forced backwards there. Roosters in their white away kit today to avoid the colour clash that we would otherwise have with the Newcastle Knights, who also play in red, white, and blue. Why Pepsi instead of water every stream? I like Pepsi Max. It's the nectar of the gods, as far as I am concerned. I really liked your message, though, about why not try water maxing instead of Pepsi maxing. That's good gear from yourself. Very good gear from yourself. I thought we couldn't change it during Roosters games. You know what? That's a great point. I kind of forgot about that. I'll turn it off. But anyway, at least it's blue. So, that kind of works. That kind of works. Yeah, turned it off. Someone remind me for the next game I can turn it back on. Alright, is there anything else I had to say? I don't think so. I think we're actually properly underway, which is exciting. I definitely think that the Roosters will win this game. I was a lot more nervous when King Ponga was named. Him being out, I think, does sway the scales a bit. But I was talking to some people, and I feel recently the Roosters, not to make excuses, but have won a lot of losable games. We're up against a side who are really, really desperate. They know the importance of this game to them. If we do get, you know, a loss, I don't think it'll be the absolute end of the world. And if we're going to lose to a team, I don't mind it being Newcastle. So, yeah, definitely still expecting a win, though. Just want to make that very clear. Very clear. If Roosters win, they secure finals. Yeah, I don't think that Roosters securing finals is particularly a problem. You see, by the way, I mentioned this earlier, but Tommy Dearden being out. Speaking of securing finals, Cowboys now, given that they've got Brisbane tomorrow, Brisbane are favourites in that game, Roosters next week. A couple of losses could bring them back to the pack a lot. Billy Smith with ball in hand, beats one. We'll take a tackle there. You think Melbourne can win today? I tip Melbourne today. I'm actually, weirdly, I normally always tip home teams, basically. I've tipped every single away team this round except Tigers. I tipped Raiders to beat Tigers. Will Roosters win? Definitely think they will. Definitely think they will, Techie. Good catch from Daniel Tupou. On the last, we'll hold it. Chico, we are subscribed. Subscribed, Chico. Thank you so much. That's much appreciated. Oh, it's a gifted sub from Dean. There we go. Gifted sub from Dean. Cheers, Dean. That's much appreciated.
Big bucks, baby. That's why you get the big bucks.
Watched the whole derby this morning, it was fantastic. They were defending like a GF4 Origin decider, really flying out of the line looking for damage.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks, baby. That's
They're
why
all
you
coming
get the
through.
big bucks.
Red and green.
I hope that's not a background change thing, because I unfortunately can't do that during Roosters games, or won't do that. Thank you, though. Donations from both Mario and WTF. I'll start with Mario. Yeah, 34 points to 20. Kind of crazy. Helmet, thank you for following. Jesus Christ, it's all happening. Yeah, I mean, as expected, Hull KR getting the win. But I love that whole derby, and I think so many rugby league fans in Australia don't know the significance of it and really what it means. It's one of the great rivalries in our sport. WTF says red and green. I think that the purple will get the win tonight, but it's going to be an absolutely brilliant game. We had a question from Money God saying, can I debate you? You didn't answer me on YouTube. Powerade and Purple Fanta are the two best drinks in the world? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you want to debate about the bunker. I want to see if I can prove ball to a man who thought the Dolphins in 2025 wouldn't fight to be in top 8 and finish bottom 4. I predicted 9th. So that's not really related, is it? Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have had a lot of requests about debating virtually. I'm only really going to do it with Larry Talks. He was the first. I can't, debate everyone. If you want to talk about it here, though, I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the bunker. We can, of course, have a discussion here. Much appreciated if you're keen to do that.
That's why you get the big bucks.
I am indeed rolling in the dollary dues. Unfortunately, lost ball there from Billy Smith. We were trying a bit too much early there, the Roosters, and Newcastle escaped there. I've barely actually watched this because I've been doing so many different things. It's crazy how quickly all this has gone. That's poor from Sydney. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. We're trying a bit too much early on. It's all right. Spreading the ball. Leaguie, it was kebab night for dinner on my campus. That's unreal. That's absolutely brilliant. I think we're having shawarma tomorrow or something like that. What were you doing in the background for the moment of silence?
Hey,
Shaking
Leaguie, someone
this.
just redeemed a thing.
Shikoe 420 just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
There you go. Halftime entertainment will be calling my dad. You streaming the game on Discord? No, I am not a criminal. Played there by Newcastle on the 4th. Finished cross, then gets it to find Sanders Smith deep into the line. Fletcher Sharp, their second receiver. Now to Bradman Best, and they mentioned earlier, of course, it is the Origin matchup. Best against Robert Toya yet again. All right. Butchered the pronunciation of what? Good catch, Shave Tedesco. Great catch. I will show a link of you showing the game illegally. I know I've done it before for like a frame. That's not a problem. I don't know if it's a George Dragons fan. I don't know if my brothers are with my dad or whatever. We're just, yeah, we're going to do it in it. So, yeah. Oh, the pronunciation of shawarma? Is that what I butchered? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to switch back to the bit of red in the background as well. This is not a good set here from the Roosters. Newcastle have done brilliant in defense. We're going to be kicking from inside our 30. Great kick from Daly Cherry Evans, though, and it does find ground. That's brilliant stuff. We really needed that to get out of trouble. All right, in the hands now of Bradman Best. Shawarma, warm is in the... So shawarma. I don't think it's shawarma. That seems like a very Anglo way to pronounce it. I don't know, but that seems like the way that we'd say it in the Western world, whereas shawarma is the way that they would actually say it in Turkey. I think it's Turkey. Crossland gets it to find Dylan Brown. Early ball out there to Fletcher Hunt, replacing Dan Gagai. He does break away from a couple of tackles there.
Just redeemed a thing.
Wow.
C_Phantom just redeemed timeout somebody else. Mercury is in retrograde, so you gotta mute Money God on Twitch. Hit him with the yellow square emoji.
Hit him with the yellow square emoji. I like the way I pronounce that. Your wish is my command, sir. Good kick return there from James Tedesco. Great stuff. Why are the Knights and Roosters numbers the same colors? Because the Roosters and the Knights have the same colors. Simply. They're the only two teams on my scoreboard that look even remotely similar, but unfortunately when they play up against each other, there's nothing really I can do about it. Hypothetically, the Roosters have to lose this next grand final, but you can pick the team they lose to. Who are you picking? Warriors. Definitely Warriors. A Warriors premiership would do so much good for the game. Billy Smith gets tackled there really close to the touchline, but does manage to stay in field. That's brilliant stuff. Now in the hands of Sammy Walker. He's trying to get away from the kicked pressure. It does. Now down to Fletcher Sharp. It was not the most solid of catches from Fletcher Sharp. Sort of bobbled out a tad, but anyway. Ended up all right. Leaguie's jersey says Roosters, but his background says Knights. Not true. See up here? There's a bit of like a white shading. That's makes it red, white, and blue, technically. So, basically, yes. Make the Roosters blue and red, and the Roosters red and blue. Why didn't I think of that? Alright, now in the hands of Dylan Brown. On for Jermaine McEwen. WTF, no, I am none of those things. But, just Jew certainly doesn't belong on that list. That's diabolically anti-Semitic.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Pepsi Max Sip it is.
Pandamelically just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
Why aren't you wearing the retro Radley jersey? Because I wore it yesterday and it kind of stanky. Pretty much. To tell you the truth. Was it yesterday? No, I think it was the day before. I was on a Roosters podcast. I like this jacket though. It's my favorite item of clothing that I own. On the second here, Nat Butcher with a run. It's been a very set-for-set opening 10 minutes. Neither side really throwing too much in terms of attacking possession. DCE now in the hands of Tedesco. Early ball out there to find Nwangani Tuwase, who was sort of lining up in the center position there. Got a good offload back of field to find Tedesco, but ended up not really making much ground. DCE gets it to White. Now on for Lenu, who dummied an offload, but Dylan Brown was going to be all over it if he had. Walker. This is the last in his scheming. Eventually just gets it back to Radley. Now DCE will hoist it up in the air. Kick chase on the right-hand side for the Roosters. It's going to be Toya who can't quite get it. And it's a good catch from Marju, who's in hella space here. Marju is away. He's one-on-one with DCE. And we do get the tackle on him. But that early miss from Rob Toya on him, that proved costly. About 40 meters upfield. Wow. Wow. Do you think DCE was a good buy? I do. I think he's definitely improved the team. Definitely improved the team. Damyanga loses the ball. He loses the ball. That's my Dom. That is my man. My boy. He's a Rooster at heart. This we know. And he knew immediately. Oh, Newcastle on roll. Just gotta give it back to the Chookies. Give it back to the Chookies. That's Agent Young right there, bro. Agent Young right there. Hello, Kiralee. How you going? How many times can one redeem Pepsi Max Sip before you ran out of Pepsi Max? I've got a whole other bottle of Pepsi Max in my fridge. So, it's going to be a copious quantity. So, yes, we are going for Newcastle. Yes, we are certainly not going for Newcastle, by the way. Just to make that clear. Absolutely not going for Newcastle. It's this side. Does this not, show up on the screen? It actually doesn't when it's like this anyway. New Pepsi Max bottle looks shite. I agree. Bad shape. 6 more there for the Sydney Roosters. I need to put the animation thing up. There we go. We'll say the animations look different. Like I'll do a Newcastle 6 again, for instance. That's like fundamentally different to the Roosters one. Tedesco now. deep into the line. Takes a tackle there. So this is going to be the third. Billy Smith is in a dummy half. First attacking possession either team has really had in this game. Walker to find Radley. He'll just hit it up himself. 2 more tackles to come after this. It's set in the middle of the field. Let's see which way they go. They go left. Walker. Short ball, Nat Butcher. Good tackle there, Newcastle. We didn't throw too much there on that play. Let's see what Roosters come up with on the last. Robson to find Walker, puts it up in the air, aimed at Nwangani Tawase, goes up for it, knocks it on, I think, and if he didn't, Siwa Wong certainly did. So error from the Roosters, I think, in the field of play, but we'll see. Madsen, hello, how you going? I think both Nwangani Tawase and Wong knocked it on, to tell you the truth. Maybe Mark didn't, but yeah, Siwa Wong certainly did. Dream scenario for the Leaguie channel. Roosters win in SOAT finals, but Dylan Lucas scores Tukas. Sure. I'd take that. I would take that. Speaking of, Dylan Lucas with a solid run there. Sorry, I'm replying to a very important text message. And it is a legitimately very important text message with someone, and I can't say who it is, but someone that everyone in this chat would know. And I'm setting something up. Oh, that was forward from Dylan Brown. Jeez, that's poor. That's super poor. Flick pass out of dummy half for Dylan Brown forward right in front of the touchy on the 4th. Not the play. Not the play. And Lancaster is lamenting him. That was brain dead. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, that really wasn't good. Jeez. That was heaps forward. 20 degrees forward. Jesus Christ. It's Edmund Matter. Is it Patty J? I don't even know who Patty J is. I know who Edmund Matter is. I also know who Nathan Durkin is. I mean, I'm not going to say who it is. If I could have said who it was, I would have said who it was. Then again, if it was Nathan Durkin, I would have just been able to say it was Nathan Durkin. So, yeah. All right. 15 minutes gone so far in this one. Roosters get a penalty for a time violation there on the scrum. Classic Roosters, ref bias. This we know. Just going to turn the music down ever so slightly. Run there from Victor Radley. There's a bit of space there if he'd gone to the right. I don't think he would have got between the sticks, but anyway. Not bad. Here we go. Robson, Walker, short ball, Nafahu White. Alex says Tedesco. Yes, I was texting James Tedesco. If you look at him right now in the coverage, he's actually on his phone currently. Robson to DCE. Walker. Ball out to that man, James Tedesco. Scheming around the middle of the field. What a step! What a step! James Tedesco at the big old age of 33. I'll tell you what, folks. He's as fleet-footed as he was when he was a 20-year-old. James Tedesco scores the first for the Roosters. The peak of human experience. Look at that. Straight between Hotwood and between, I think it was Matty Croker. It's those forwards. It's those younger forwards who I said James Tedesco could threaten them through the middle earlier on in this game. I'm just hoping there's no obstructions anyway. It doesn't look like it. All the Roosters defenders are cleanly through. Yeah, Cherry Evans does well. He just about gets out the way. It wasn't, it was a close run thing for sure, but it does get out the way and the try is confirmed. Nice. Watson says, shows up late with Starbucks. Yo. I will see you tomorrow at the Raiders game. Looking forward to that. I saw my RE teacher's number plate and I looked it up and now I know the car model. Great. I'm happy for you, bro. Good stuff from yourself. Please don't let me know. I'm not overly keen to know what your car model, RE teacher's car model is. We'll say though, bit of a skill issue there from yourself. I feel that if I had seen my RE teacher's car, I would have been able to identify the model when I was your age. And I'm not that big a car enthusiast. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Lightning McQueen as much as the next autist. But, like, generally speaking, I'd be able to look at that and be like, oh, yeah, that's a Holden Commodore. Ain't no looking at databases and number plate. When needs that? Look at the car. It's fine. It's fine. At the Leaguie, everyone in the league thinks that we are worse than Melbourne now. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's true for everyone. There's definitely a lot of people tipping South Sydney. Melbourne are favourites in the game, and I tip Melbourne to win. But if you listen to the pre-match commentary, they were actually really complimenting South Sydney, saying that Souths are a red-hot chance. I do think they're a red-hot chance. I think it's a like really, really tightly contested game, and the only reason really why it is evenly matched is because South Sydney are without Latrell Mitchell, Cameron Murray, Tallis Duncan, Deefafita, the list goes on. So that's kind of the thinking behind it. Would you be able to identify a 2017 white Hyundai accent? Probably. I think I would have. Maybe not the year, but color would have been the aspect of it that I struggled with the least. I will say that. All right, Maju with a catch there. I'm very happy with the start for the Roosters, 6 points to 0. Really, I've only had two proper attacking opportunities. Barely let Newcastle down our end. What accent was a 2017 white Hyundai have? American? Aren't Hyundai Korean? Rabbitohs or Storm? Storms. And not just because I don't like South Sydney. I think Storms. Were you texting the King? I was not texting Charles or Wally Lewis. Madsen is just doing Roosters quotes again. Yeah, Tedesco was in a touch. Yeah. He's not saying challenge, is he? He's not going to win that. I think that's a call from Drew Oldham, if I recognize the touch. Yes, it is. It is Drew Oldham. He's not happy with it. But yeah, I agree. I think Tedesco was in touch. What a kick. I don't know if it's going to be ruled a 40-20. It was a 35. Bounce. Yeah, Teddy was absolutely in touch. Unless he's... Yeah, for sure. Happy with that call for sure. Did I say Roosters quotes? I meant Beatles quotes. I get the two confused. I'm watching the Roosters. I'm watching the Roosters. Okay. Locked in. Now in the heads of Dylan... Nope. Trey Mooney. Not Dylan Lucas. Dylan Lucas does not look like that. Crossland. To find Sandon Smith, former Rooster. Shout out to Sandman. Brown. Now to find Sharp. Good tackle there from Billy Smith. They're trying to force him into touch. And they do force him into touch. Roosters! Let's get it. Nice. You do know all my loving. Madsen, I want to make this abundantly clear to you. There is not a single note of any of the several hundred songs the Beatles ever made that I don't know. I could recognize any of them based on the first sound in any of them. I know every single word. I'm going to read that out in a sec. I know every single word. I know every single instrument. I can recite every single bass line. That is the level to which I like that band. So, hello, Huxley. How you going? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. The streams are really the main thing I do now. And they're certainly the most fun. So, very happy to have you here. Thank you. Dean said, I'm watching on Twitch and YouTube so you can have more people watching. Are you proud of me, Beta? Are you saying Beta is in like the Hindi way, like son? I'm proud of you. Roosters penalty. Love that. Come on. Pick up the boys. We're getting leg ups down the field and I love it. That might be the worst high tackle I've seen in my life.
Oh, what about that? Send him off! Send the drifting gate off! Get him off the field! That was diabolical! That was absolute diabolical!
Absolute diabolical. Sing Rooster Man in the Trump voice. If we win, I will. Sure. If we win, I will. Realistically, it's bunnies by 8. I mean, considering that they got a 42-point difference with Storm with their full squad. Yeah, no, I don't really think rugby league works that way, to be honest. They got a huge win down in Melbourne, but it's so much later in the season. The two sides are different. Good take eventually from Radley. He juggled it. Let's see if Roosters can extend their lead to 2 tries here. Robson. Oh, it was a short ball. I was looking at DCE out of the back. Interesting. Does Mark have a try? He does not. Not yet, but, you know, super early in the game. Kick back through. It's going to be too big. Too big. I thought for a moment there CY1 was going to be for it, but it was a deceptive angle. Not a kick from Sammy Walker. He doesn't often get those wrong, but he certainly did that time. Why can't I time out C Phantom to return the favor? I don't know. Try redeeming it. I'll do it. Happily. Best Roosters player, in your opinion? controversial take here, but I think James Tedesco is the best player at the Roosters. Captain, Dally M winner, one of the greatest fullbacks of all time, one of the great New South Wales players of all time. 6 more there for Newcastle. There we go. They're starting to get a little bit of rub of the green. Yeah, it's not exactly controversial. Storm or Bunny, 2 wins? Storm. All right, best tackle there. So he's 30 meters out. This is the second. They get it to find Brown. Short ball. What a pass. And Newcastle are about to level us up here. What a pass it was. And Francis Manu Leilua gets Newcastle on the board. Damn. I was not expecting that. That was a gaping hole. Absolute gaping hole. Not good. I'm going to see if I can, on the timeout someone else, I'm going to see if I can increase the limit on that. Because someone was complaining about that. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why it was set to 1. I've increased the limit for you. All right, well, we're about to be level here. I'm no longer quite as happy with this start. Brad Fittler says, Chico, no, I think the question was current, like best current Roosters player. Best all-time Roosters player also wouldn't be Brad Fittler, though. It would be Arthur Beetson. But it's, you can't compare across eras, really. It's hard. It's hard. Steve Anderson says, many poos have shot out of Leaguie's ani. Jeremy Clarkson reference, of course. Yes, they have. Well, yeah, they haven't really. I'm actually not really worried about the prospects of losing this game. By the way, I neglected to do
someone
this.
just redeemed a thing.
Money God 164 you just redeemed timeout somebody else. Timeout Sea Phantoms bro is still trying to cope the Cowboys match yellow square Kafuzi. Snaps fingers.
What? Alright, 6 points for 4 days. Roosters still lead. That was one of the most chaotic bottle throws I've ever done. Damn. It's alright. Nothing broke. We're good.
Just redeemed a thing.
No stress.
Chico we 420 just redeemed timeout self.
Absolutely. There you go. Done. Nigel Farage will count bid face. Okay, I'm going to make a joke here. I'm going to make a joke. Which so many people have thought that they're really clever by making this joke, only to realize they're like the 16th person to make this joke. It is an election between a clown with absolutely no policy, absolutely no idea how to govern, and a man who wears a pin on his head. Get it? You see the misdirection there? Oh. Comedy genius. Comedy genius. Leaguie 1-31 for a classic match. Some of these even predate the NRL era. Some of them certainly would, because both of these clubs predate the NRL era, of course. Penalty now, Newcastle. They are getting a bit of rub of the green now. Momentum is certainly shifting. I'm trying to think of a specific game that... okay, wait. I'm going to try and aim for one here. 2013 prelim final we played against them. I'm going to try and aim for that game. It's 2026 now. So be just over halfway there. 18. I'm going to try and aim for it with 18. Has he been timed out? Yes, he has been timed out. All right, Lucas is down here, and he's down for the count. He is in licorice all sorts, folks. Licorice all sorts. Holbrook looking a little bit concerned here, that's for sure. He's really down. These are not good scenes. These are not good scenes. Already, we're seeing the wide-angle shots. Not what you want. Not what you want. So, Jules Dragons fan, I mean, you can ask questions. If I think the questions are appropriate, I'll ask him. For sure. We'll talk about the game primarily, but... obviously, some of the questions that I see you guys trying to ask my dad when I call him are not questions I'm going to ask him, but yeah. His ankle is facing the wrong way. Yikes. Yikes. You see the trainers of both clubs helping him out here. Damn. Ricky says, I was watching you in the hospital bed yesterday. I'm so sorry to hear that you were in hospital. Thank you very much for still tuning in. That massively is appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope you're on the mend. I hope you're okay. It's nothing serious. Yeah, sorry to hear it. Unfortunately, I think Dylan and Lucas could be about to head the same way because they're getting the Medicab out here. Congrats, Money God, on hitting 50 subscribers. Good stuff. Huxley says you should do another collab with Winston. Yeah, if we make different styles of content.
Well, that's why you get the big
If there's a chance to, we will.
That's why you get the big bucks.
Did you see someone called Nigel Farage a wanker and then immediately got a crash like 5 seconds later? Got a crash? What do you mean? Thank you though for the bit, Steen. Much appreciated. What's my mum's favorite color would be turquoise. Flowers, she definitely does, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Hardblock says you're the best YouTuber. That's not true. That is unfortunately not true. I am not the best YouTuber in a world where Money God YouTube exists. He's got 50 subscribers now. I can't compete. It's over for me. I'm sorry. It's finished. It's finished. Thoughts on Hello World Stadium getting closer to opening and is on the right track? I think you mean. The less thought about Hello World Stadium, the better, because it's an egregious name. I'm really curious to see what it looks like when it's done. I'm glad to. I will be glad to see Penrith playing back at Penrith because their crowds at Parramatta have been awful, like really bad. So they need to be playing out there. They need to be playing out there. Who scored the first try for the Roosters? James Tedesco stepping through the middle. You're the second best YouTuber. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. Who are you going for? Storm or Rabbitohs? Definitely Storm. Being a Roosters fan, if the Rabbitohs fail to make the finals, I'll be very hype about that. Very hype about that. So they are now getting Dylan Lucas off the ground. It's taken a long, long while. It's great to see them showing, obviously, the required level of precaution for such a potentially serious injury. But you never like to see that. And I mean, from the looks of how serious it was, you're probably thinking it might be the last we see of Lucas this year. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Also, Dewey getting dropped. I don't think he was dropped. I think he was asked to play lock and then refused to play, to my knowledge. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. Look, when you are the halfback of a team that is on the slide to such an extent, you're going to Canberra in a game where you're really not favoured. I can understand wanting to try something different. The coach wanted to try something different. If it did truly play out that he was just asked to play lock and had such a spat about it that he walked out on training and refused to play, he's obviously in the wrong, and I'm incredibly disappointed. However, it seems very out of character for him. So I'm thinking there's something more that's played out here. We'll see. We'll see. All right, Sandon Smith now to find Matty Croker. Can't believe you're the person that actually made me like the Roosters, says Harry Bear. I've had that effect on a lot of people. People that I know in my personal life are like, I really didn't like the Roosters until I met you. I don't know why. I understand why people wouldn't like the Roosters. I would absolutely get that. But I don't know. Guess I'm just that good. Brown with a kick up high in the air. It's aimed at sort of the Nwangani Tuase corner. Best gets it, offloads it. Ball's still free here. Croker, that's wildly forward. To find Maju, who doesn't even get a touch on that ball, and it's over the touch line. So, 6 points to 4 it remains. Ooh. Jake Duke says dislocation and suspected fracture of the ankle. It doesn't surprise me at all. The dislocation being even worse. I was pretty sure it was going to be a fracture, but wowzers. Wowzers. He was named in extended reserves, but I think that was only because he was fighting suspension. I agree. Yes, it's weird, because normally you would see teams name the player who is suspended in the starting side, and then if they unsuccessfully fight it, he then comes into the side, or they then come into the side. But that isn't what happened, so I'm not sure. Toya with a good run and an offload to find Siwa Wong. They look too alike with their curly hair and very similar builds, the two of them. You got round 15, 2008. Damn, I was nowhere near. I was 5 years off. At McDonald Jones, then known as Energy Australia, Knights 14, Roosters 16. EA tries to Bedsy, Corey Patterson, 3 out of 3 goals for Kurt Gidley. Tries to Kenny Dowell, 2. Dave Shillington, and 2 out of 2 goals for Fitzy. Nice. No goals for Amos Roberts. 2013 prelim final wasn't possible as a Roosters game? What do you mean it wasn't possible as a Roosters game? Hello, Luella. How you going? Good to see you. All right, Dominic Young hitting the ball up. It's been... trying to sort of summarize what we've had so far in this game. It feels like it has been very set for set, both sides feeling each other out. I think Newcastle have been on top for the last 10 or 15 minutes, though. I will say that. They look probably the more likely to get the next try. They look likely for it. Leaguie, read my comment or Craig Fitzgibbon will shave your head while you sleep, then sign you to the Cronulla Sharks. Well, I don't want that. I also don't want 6 more there for the Newcastle Knights. Dylan Brown with it. So this is a good chance here for Newcastle. Run there from Brodie Jones. I love Brodie Jones. He's one of my favorite non-Roosters. I don't know why. I'm just attracted to the way that he plays. Absolutely explosive. Bullymore style player. Now in the hands of Crossland. Gets it to that man, Brodie Jones. Loella says it was great meeting you at the Raiders game. It was lovely to meet you as well. You and your father. You seem very nice people. Croker's going to score here. What a try that is. What a try that is. Proper lock forwards try. Straight up the guts through the middle. Bouncing away from tackles. And, of course, I'm not very happy about it being scored. But I have to sit and appreciate that. That was brilliant from Matty Croker. WTF says Roosters finals bottle is on. No, it is not. No, it is not. But sure, you can live in saying that. That's fine. Yeah, great run. Great run. Unfortunately, the stepping, we saw the stepping of James Tedesco on Matty Croker earlier on. How about the stepping of Matty Croker instead? Love that. Brilliant stuff. And with 10 minutes left in the first half, Newcastle are going to lead by 4. When will the next long-form vid be? Yeah, well, it has been a while since I uploaded a long-form vid, which I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I was sitting looking at that, and I was like, damn, because it feels like I've been doing a lot of content. So it's 2 weeks since I did my last long-form video, yeah? In that time, I took a week off. I did live streams of 10 games. I think it's actually 11 after yesterday. And uploaded 11 shorts. So that's not bad. That's pretty good going, all things considered. But, yeah, I'm working on it now. It's going to be a very long one. Maybe the longest video I've ever made. But it's really good. It's going to cause some ripples. It's going to cause a bit of a fuss, a bit of a stir. Yeah, it's going to be good. Kick there from Sanders Smith. The Sandman does extend the Newcastle lead. 10 points to 6 it is. Let's see if Roosters can get a try before halftime. I'd love a 12-10 lead at the break. After the game, we went and saw my cousin playing NBL. There we go. I've never been to an NBL game here in Canberra. I'm pretty sure Canberra has a team, though, I'm going to assume. So, yeah. Yeah, that's not a lovely comment from you, Sir George Jenkins fan. My dad is absolutely not throwing alcohol at my dog. He would never do that. Weird thing to insinuate, but anyway. Can you make a vid about Rabbits' improvement from the bottom of the ladder to at least around the 8? I'm going to be honest, it's far from the most notable improvement in the NRL this year. Newcastle have gone from the wooden spoon to, currently beating the team in third. We saw Warriors with their form at the back end of last season. Obviously, they made finals, but form at the back end of last year was not good. They've gone way up. Manly as well have been in and around. So, yeah, I think Cowboys as well. Maybe in the off-season I could do something about all those teams, but it's certainly not a priority right now. That's for sure. Manu Leilua now to find Dylan Brown. This is the 4th. I thought I heard set restart, thank God. Because they're on a roll here. Bradman Best now. Tries to get inside Toya. Can't quite there. All right. Played there. Now in the hands of Fletcher Sharp. Puts it high up in the air. Underneath it is surely going to be Billy Smith, and it misses them all and then bounces dead. Did anyone get a touch? Yeah, they're going to have a look. I think the ruling is line dropout to start with, but obviously that's a safe call. They'll review it. I don't think it touched anyone here. Didn't touch Billy Smith. Didn't touch Billy Smith. So it'll be a Roosters 20-meter restart. Is the new VIN on the ref crisis? Yes, it is. And while the video is coming together wonderfully, I can't figure out how to package it. I cannot decide on a title and a thumbnail. Cannot figure that one out. Will you stream the Rugby League World Cup? 100 billion bajillion %. Any games that I'm not at, I will definitely be live streaming. For sure. For sure. Doesn't he have a celebratory scotch, but due to the Roosters losing unexpectedly, Coco's going bonkers and your dad can drink his scotch, so it's chaos in Manai. My dad wouldn't drink scotch when we're losing. Nor would he throw alcohol at my dog, so no. Anyway, I know you're joking, but it's a weird thing to joke about. So, yeah. Anyway. Played there by Egan Butcher, now in the hands of Radley and then Robson. Robson and then Radley, actually. Yeah, got that the wrong way around. Robson, Radley, Robinson. There's too many of them. This is the last. DCE to put it high up in the air. Tedesco was offside, so he's called out of it. Mark is going to try and catch it. He does catch it. Tries to get away from Marju. Puts a second kick in. It's going to be too big. Going to be too big, so that's the second time Roosters have kicked it dead. First was Sammy Walker, a lot worse. That one was off the second kick from the winger. What's happening at the top of the Knights Stadium? They're renovating it. They're renovating it. Ricky says, I'll make you a thumbnail. That's all right. I will do the thumbnail. Don't worry. It's not that I can't make a thumbnail. It's that I'm trying to figure out an idea for it. So, yeah. Basically. All right. Solid run there from Frizz. Brandon Smith was ruled out. Another injury. Damn. So, who's starting hooker then? Probably Jamie Humphries. Oh, God, you haven't really got anyone. What a hit there, Billy Smith. Good stuff from the center there. Good stuff from the center there. Garlic is starting. I didn't even see him named in the side. Croker, the try scorer, tackle there. 7 minutes left in this first half. Newcastle having had the better of it. Brown puts it up in the air. Bit of kick pressure, but nothing that really impacted the kick itself. Tupou can't get that one, and it's Newcastle ball. 6 more here. Jones on there to find, I think that's Thomas Can. Yes, it is. 6 more for Newcastle. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here's a defensive test. Here's a defensive test. All right. Now in the hands of Sandon Smith. Nice pass to Manalelua. Yeah, Lorenzo, I'm going for something loosely based on that, but I need to figure out the elements of it, and I think that's going to be too complicated to have all of those guys. 6 more again there. Jones with it. Roosters well and truly under the Rugby League pump here. There's a lot of space on the left. A lot of space. Brown dummies goes himself. I think if he kept going, they would have found some room there. Wow. All right. In the hands of Sandon Smith. Underneath to find Croker. So Brandon Smith is in. Right. Brandon Smith is not injured. To be clear, he's not injured. Cool. Smith put a kick through. I think Fletcher Hunt was taken out of this. Are we going to get a whistle or penalty? We're not going to. I thought Fletcher Hunt might have been taken out of that. I'm going to be honest. We might have got away with one there. Good defense, but I want to see a replay of that. I think Fletcher Hunt, and you could hear the boos in the crowd, I think he might understandably feel a bit aggrieved there. But I would love to see that again. Ah, my finger. I'd love to see that again. Yeah, Billy Smith kind of shoved him a little bit. It didn't look that bad on that replay, but anyway. Yeah, I think Watson says something about Ashley Klein with crosshairs. I like that idea. That's a very good idea. I didn't think of that. That's good stuff. Akira Lee, I'll talk about Ashley Klein breaking the record later. Good kick. Assuming it sits up. Please sit up. Please sit up. Oh my God, that's brutal. It was a lovely kick, I thought. It just kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Very unlucky. And we give away 20-meter restart again. It's kind of killing us. It's all being played down, you know, the Knights attacking end there. Make the thumbnail the Bostock knock-on in State of Origin. Too specific. Too specific. Because the video's about a lot more than that call. In fact, I don't even know if I mentioned that call in the video, really. So, yeah. All right. Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing. Pepsi Max Sip it is.
Money God 164 yet just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
Love it. Will Origin be mentioned in the ref vid? I've already written about, I think it could be about 15 minutes of it. And I feel I haven't got into the actual depths of what I want to say. So maybe, will probably happen, but it's going to be a long one. Sharp with it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit. That's the key thing. Hello, Reckless Ollie. How you going? So, played there on the last. Marju gets it to Sandon Smith. We'll put a kick up. It's not a very long one. Tedesco's not going to contest it. Brown got it. Knocked it back. Still the last here. That's the second kick. I don't think it's played at by the Roosters there. Is it 6 more for Newcastle? Wow. Well, I don't know if I agree with that call, but anyway, Newcastle 6 more. Brown with it. In the hands of Brodie Jones. We have been under the defensive pump. If I said I'd love 12-10 at halftime. If we can go in 10-6 at halftime, I think I would kind of take that with the amount of defensive pressure Newcastle have put us under. I see, Ollie. Unfortunately, there's not a heap I can do about that. Not a heap I can do about that. All right. Camp with the tackle there. We got to whistle a penalty. No, we don't. We don't. I thought we did. Short side. Crossland finds Bradman Best. Close to the line. He's dangerous there. Gets an offload back to Crossland. My God, he's close. And the ball's come free. Brilliant. Brilliant tackle. I think it was Siwa Wong to force the error. He's nodding. Not going to put in a challenge. Damn. Damn. As they play the Allen Passes Project, the old Chicago Bulls walk-in theme. Yeah, ball came free. Brilliant defense. Brilliant defense. Love that.
He's everywhere, bro.
He is. Wow. Can you make it so that ref bashers like me can have ways to express my opinion on your Discord? Nope. You've got literally everywhere else in the rugby league media space, every other comment section where you can express your ref bashing opinion. You can even do it in DMs with me if you like. As I said, I'll happily have a discussion. But, nah, I'm not having ref bashing in my Discord. Not keen for it. All good, George. Hello. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming along. All right. Eager Butcher now. Hitting it up. There's less than 2 minutes left in this first half. Not overly pleased with it from a Roosters perspective, but we're well and truly in the game. DCE now to find Wong. There should be space out there. Didn't need to do the flick pass. That was stupid. I'm going to be really honest there. There was no need for Wong to do a flick pass, and then it was out in front of Toya, and he had to get it, and it was all awkward. Really, really poor decision-making there. Should have just gone simple. Look at this from Wong. No need to do a flick pass. No need at all. Yeah, and it was... Yeah. That error from Toya came from the pass from Wong, unfortunately. So... Chico says, I had no idea Klein ref that much. I thought Sutton did. Sutton would be up there. But yeah, Klein's been around for 18 seasons. It's a very, very long time. It was the Wong option. It was absolutely the Wong option. No need for it. At all. 18 tackles in the opposition half in the last 10 minutes to 2. All being Newcastle. All being Newcastle. Dean says, I'm so annoyed. Someone shared an AI Sharks page to an actual fan group. Should I rage or smash the Family Guy funnies? Smash the Family Guy funnies are always good. Although it is content theft. So this is the fourth. 30 seconds left in the half. Brown. I thought we had a penalty because I heard the whistle. Thank you, One LA Dundream. Thank you very much. Kick from Newcastle. And it's going to be knocked dead. Going to be knocked dead. By Mark Nwani. So that'll be the half. 10 points to 6. It is. Nice. WTF. Really weird you keep asking me that. Please stop asking me that. I don't know what you're talking about. It's really odd. And I take a bit of offense to it. So I know you're better than that. Why the hell do you keep saying it? Very weird. Very weird. Anyway. So 10-6. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Given the defensive pressure we were under, hopefully that swings around a bit. Yes, I'd like us to be ahead, of course. Not happy with the half completely, but is what it is. Is what it is. Why does the Knights coach look like DCE or Boss Baby if he'd grown into a 40-year-old man? That's a hell of a comparison. Not one that I've personally made in the past, but anyway. Time to get the input from the man behind the great man.
Okay. Look, it could have been worse. The
Yes.
only what I like is that when the momentum just shifted completely, right? I liked our first 20. Clinical, got down there, muffed the first attempt, got the second attempt. Beautiful step by Freddie. Jesus. That was like my old disco days in the 80s. So I used to try a lot then as well. Sorry, I'm digressing. What I like is that with that last 15, 20 minutes, they had all the ball, all the territory, all the momentum. And when a team does that, all you've got to do is minimise the damage. And I think we did manage to do that. Not the game I wanted at all. I was really thinking, all right, this is where we start our run. This is where we become a clinical team. And it was looking like that early, but that last 15 or 20 was scary. I still think we're well placed, and I still think we should win, but we had to get to halftime at 10-6. We did that.
Yep. Agree, pretty much.
Sorry. You know what would have been funny?
What?
If you weren't you, if you were like my mum calling or
Ha,
something
that would have been
like
really
that.
funny.
Would have been funny.
Yes. No notes really to add to that. When they scored their second try, I thought I'd really like 12-10 at halftime, but very quickly I said, no, I'd be quite happy with 10-6 at halftime, actually. I really wasn't a fan. It's one particular play, but there was a couple minutes left, and Siwa Wong tries a flick pass, and it's out in front of Rob Toyer, and he does a pirouette. No need for that. There was an overlap. Go through the hands.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what I've got. Simon Jugru. He's a bit of a known quantity to your audience, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Yes, well, he's right next to me right now. I said exactly the same thing to him. And that's the thing, no need. It's like, come on, minute and a half, let's get to halftime, recalibrate, and win the second half, hopefully well. And why we did that, I don't know. But really, look, they are desperate. But it's the kind of game, if we're going to be genuine premiership aspirants, right, if we're genuinely thinking, all right, we've got a compiness, you win these games, notwithstanding how desperate they are, notwithstanding the fact that they've lost their last two, and, no Ponga and poor old Dylan. It's a bit weird when I hear things like, oh, Dylan's being smashed and he's got a busted foot. So we still should win this, but, didn't expect that. I thought it would be clinical and boring. I didn't think we'd flog them. I thought we'd win like 24-6, 24-12, something like that, which I suppose we still could. But let's own the second half.
Yeah.
Let's own the second half, which is what we've done in the last 4 weeks. But I wanted this game to be different. I wanted this game to be, no, we're distinctly a better footy team than they are. Let's show that. Hopefully they fired all their shots at it. That second try, they should not have scored that. The first one, okay, that's just a good footy try. Second one, he really should have been stopped.
Yeah.
So, yes, bit annoying, but could go either way. I would say I'm 60-40 confident, no more than that.
Yeah, I think I would say that as well. We've got some questions from the audience, if you're keen to answer some.
Yeah, why the hell not?
What is your favorite disco song?
Oh, God. There are some really good disco songs. Can I get back to you at full time?
Yes, you can, certainly.
Okay.
Until then, thoughts on Machu Picchu?
Overrated, and it's what people who want to pretend that, I've been to such weird exotic places go to, and it's just absolute tourists everywhere. No, Machu Picchu. Sorry, your brother's talking to me. So look, I wouldn't poo-poo anyone that wants to go there. Well, actually, I would. But there's so many other places. When I was 22, Dylan, I was walking around Kashmir in the Himalayas, and everyone was talking to me in Urdu and Hindi, and I said, sorry, I'm Australian, I don't know what you're saying. So that's an odd question.
It is. This is another slightly odd question. Are you actually going to say hello to your own son, which you haven't yet?
Hello, Simon.
Wrong son. Wrong son.
Hello, Dylan. It's a pleasure to hear your voice.
And this will be the last one. Someone says, what's your favorite pizza? They will then go and get that pizza.
My favourite pizza, meat lovers. More meat, the better.
Okay.
And yes, absolute meat lovers. Seafood, I love seafood, does not belong on a pizza. You put pineapple on a pizza, there is no place for you in civilized society. Ever heard of a pineapple sandwich? Chicken, love chicken. I just cooked a chicken for your brother Simon.
There's a
doesn't belong on a
place
pizza.
here near the uni, Crust Pizza, that has a pizza flavor that has pear on it.
Oh, well, okay. The only time that's permissible, you know, dessert pizzas.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Then you could do that, right? But that it's really not a pizza. It's a tart. You know the difference between a tart and a pie?
Does a tart have an open top?
Yes, that's right. That's right. So any girl you see with her top open, she's clearly a tart.
That's a great joke.
I just made that up. All right. So yes, definitely meat lovers. In fact, when I first started dating your mother, I hope
What a
your audience
segue that
interested
is
in
from
this.
that joke, by the way. Brilliant.
Yes, believe me, she was no tart. I can assure you of that. Geez, to move friggin' heaven and earth. Now I'm thinking of something completely different. We used to go out for pizza and we would have half meat lovers, half vegetarian. And it was like, are you two actually together? Are you? Yeah, we are. All right. Really good question, that. Favourite disco song? Because I often say to you, people think disco, they think Village People and all these crap bands and everything. But before that, disco was really, really good. 74, 75, that era sort of thing. All right. Yes, let's not overly controversial. I think we'll do it.
Yeah.
I think we turn this around now. I get the feeling, if I'm a neutral watching this, I think, no, Roosters, we weathered the storm. We could have conceded another try or two and be facing a mountain now, be down 22-6. But we're not. Nothing in it. And we've got to turn this around. We've got to turn it around quick. All right. See you at full time.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Less bad than it could have been. There was a quite deep analysis there from Alex Neal. I want to get into this. The acidity and freshness of the pineapple contrasts the umami flavor of the pizza. Its flavor complexity, and unfortunately, Papa League is uncultured, but I'd expect no better from a Roosters fan. All right, so absolute waffle. One thing matters. Does taste good or doesn't taste good? That's it.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Simply.
Dean off travel now just redeemed head dent check.
There's a bit of a dent there. Now, I personally, actually, as a kid, my go-to was Hawaiian pizza. And if there's a Hawaiian pizza there now, I'm going to eat it. I think it has its time and place. I'm not so much of the opinion that someone who has it is not deserving of a place in civilized society, that's for sure. But, yeah, don't agree completely. Don't agree completely. What's your theory, by the way, WTF? You said you have a theory about the nonce thing. Yeah, interesting first half. Really interesting first half. It's so hard to say what to make of it. I really don't know. You're about to have in 1 minute, by the way, teams confirmed for Rabbitohs versus Storm. We'll see if there's anything announced there.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Dean off travel now just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, what's the theory, WTF? Alrighty. Yeah, I think the more that the halftime break goes on, the less confident I'm feeling, to be honest. And I'll be a little bit A little bit ooey if we lose this game. A little bit ooey. A little bit ooey. Rate the 27-0 game, or out of 10. I think it's very good. I just haven't won it yet, and I've done it like a lot of times. I will do it again today during the stream. Not right now. I don't think we have time before the second half starts. But anyway. Yeah, so sad about Dylan Lucas. Such a high quality player, and if Newcastle were going to make a push, you know, a bit of a run in the finals, he would have been such an absolutely massive part of that. But yeah, for a Newcastle side to have lost Kalen Ponga earlier in the week, lost Dylan Lucas throughout this game, to be beating the Roosters 10-6 at halftime, it's not what you want. It is not what you want. I'm not ordering the pear pizza. I don't care about it being a meat tenderizer, like cool, nice, sick, happy for you. But I had it once. I didn't order it, but it was at an event that I was at. And it was just, maybe it's because I wasn't expecting it, but the sweetness, I was like, oh, no. No. God, no. 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 Not when you have the option of, like, every other option, essentially. If it's the only thing there, sure, I can understand it. I'd still be like, maybe I'm going to take that pair off, but still, if I can't be bothered, I would, that's all right. However, if it's that or, you know, an actual decent self-respecting flavor of pizza, you have the actual decent self-respecting flavor of pizza. So, yeah. Can you try to actually go 0-27? I will try that. I will try that. WTF, I'm really interested in your theory because I had a bit of a go at you, and in defense, you've said you had a theory, and then you said, I've eaten corn pizza. Is that can't be the theory. Can't be the theory, surely. Red Demon says pineapple on pizza. That was the whole discussion. I don't know how the hell we got onto it, but anyway. Looking at the poll over on YouTube, I can show it if I go over onto this one. So, currently, after 76 votes, 59% of people reckon the Roosters will win. I think a lot of that was probably pre-game. If I restarted the vote now, I think that would be a lot more even. But curious to see who you guys reckon will win from here. Just say Roosters or Knights. And we'll get a general sense. Because I'm obviously very biased towards Roosters. And a lot of you guys, I think, would vote with the heart as well as the head to Newcastle. So, C-Fed just says, meat tenderizer. He did what to his meat? That's violatory. You cannot do that. League, I figured out who your important text was for earlier. I guarantee you didn't, but sure. South Board member and two-time recipient of your vote for Prime Minister, Mr. Anthony Albanese. No comment. No comment. No comment. So we got Chooks, Knights with a wet sail. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I think if there's a side that's going to come home with a wet sail, it's more likely to be us. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Best duo, Legman and Roosters bomber jacket. Oh, man. I said this before. This piece of clothing, I've owned for 7 years now. And I've worn it hundreds of times. Several hundred times. If I've had it 7 years, I reckon I'd be pushing 500 wears of this jacket. I used to wear it to school 3 days a week. I love it. I absolutely love it. Roosters for sure. I think so. We haven't really got many votes there, to be fair. But anyway. There's a hell of a dream team there for you, for New South Wales, George Dragons fan. That's interesting. Interesting. Thoughts on the new British Prime Minister bad-mouthing a British cooking YouTuber because he makes a watery gravy? Gravy means a lot to them. I think that's alright. Especially to Northerners, and he is a Northerner. He is a Northerner. WTF says, I think it's a little weird how you have a Discord containing a bunch of the miners from the chat. There's King up if you want to sync up with me. What a time. Admittedly, I don't have the facilities to find actually evidence, so my strat is just asking you till you confess. Right. Well, I don't really control who goes into my Discord, but if you look at the rules of my Discord, you'll see that that's absolutely not what happens there. Kind of an insane accusation. I hope you know the weight of the accusation. Please stop making it. Anyway. How big was bro in high school? God damn, I haven't really grown since then. I mean, I was 17 or 18. I was pretty much full grown. Run there from Manu Leilua. Very important, I think, that the Roosters get the next try in the game. Not make or break, but, 16 points to 6 is a different prospect to chase. And it's going to be a penalty Newcastle here. So they stayed down for the high shot. It's going to be on report. Nat Butcher is not happy. Not happy about it. Obviously not a big fan of players staying down to get the penalty, but if it's high contact, it's high contact. It was from Egan Butcher, actually, not Nat Butcher. Yeah, it was shoulder to the head. It was. How did Parramatta not capitalize on a one-man advantage twice last night? Simple, actually. Parramatta are not very good. Pretty much is the answer to your question there. Huxley says, what's your dream team with video game characters? I tell you what, that's a big question. However, I was asked recently if I was to make a rugby league team of Mario characters. And I don't remember what it was. It was, Bowser and Donkey Kong front row, Mazza and Lazza, Mario and Luigi in the halves. I think I had Koopa Trooper and Yoshi on the wings, something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, there was a lot going on. Toad was definitely the hooker. Toad was absolutely the hooker. Are we going to get a look of Sinbin potentially? I mean, there have been interpretations of the rule where this would have been a sin bin. I don't know if we're currently living in that timeline, but yeah. Dean says, I got a mega meat lovers with extra meat. There you go. The Joe Joggery special. Manu Leilua has to come from the field here for a HIA. Oh yeah, true. I forgot you were old. I'm 23. I'm 23. That's a violation, bro. I was talking to someone yesterday and I said I was 23. And she said, no, come on, but seriously, how old are you? Apparently, I've come across as older. I don't know. I'm 23 years of age. I spent 23 years on God's green earth, bro. Which is mostly a blue earth. I don't know why they say that. But anyway, it's a penalty Newcastle. Right off the bat here. We got a... No, it's not a debutant. Elijah Salias-Alamoana. He is not making his debut today. For sure. Is he? No, he played 8 games. Alright. So, caught there by Sanders Smith. Now in the hands of Greggy Marju. Takes a tackle there. Played on the 3rd. In the hands of Sanders Smith. Nice bit of deception from the halfback. Or 5'8", excuse me, there. On for Dylan Brown. You look like you're 18. I have a baby face. I do have a baby face. Kick from Sanders Smith. Sharp is the man chasing it through. Tedesco doesn't jump from the in goal, but does escape it though. Oh, is he going to be forced back? No, it's not. It's not. You look 17 or 18. I have, as I say, a baby face, which has its benefits, has its downsides, but it has its benefits as well. I was asked recently if I'm old enough to vote, which is like, yes, I've voted in 2 elections, but yeah. There we go, penalty Roosters. That's it. We did. Coming out of our own end there, we needed that penalty. We did. Are you religious? I am religious, yes. Catholicism is the religion that aligns most closely with my beliefs. Leaguie, how much older than me do you think you are? I've kind of just assumed that me and you were a very similar age. I don't think there'd be more than 2 years between us. So. Alright, so they're talking about Lucas. Wow, they relocated the ankle. They relocated the ankle, but there's fractures in it. That must be so insanely painful. Oh my god. You definitely cannot see my license, Lorenzo, no. Robson, now to find Savala ball playing through the middle. I was talking to a Roosters fan earlier this week on Hainsey's Chook Chat. No, Sydney Roosters Diehards podcast. I don't know if it's called Chook Chat. But this guy is from Tricolor TV, Lummy, was saying how towards the end of this game, if the Roosters are winning a lot, he'd love to see Watson, Robson, and Savala all on the field through the middle at the same time. And I was like, that seems really confusing. But if it worked, it would be really, really good. Here we go. Walker with it. Gets a pass out to Tedesco. I think there might be numbers there. He doesn't need him. He doesn't need him. James Tedesco, he's back for 2. Hell yeah. Hell yes, my brother. That's my guy. That's my guy, close to the line. No obstruction there. Bit of a gap in front of him. Dummies, gets past. I think it's the Sandman. Hell yeah. We're level and Roosters are about to take the lead. Come on. Come on. Thoughts on you commenting saying, I'll vote for One Nation when Albo's escalator malfunction. Yeah, I said this yesterday. So Channel 7 put a post up. Where the entire post was that Albanese was going down an escalator and the escalator stopped and Albanese jolted forward slightly. That was the post. That was it. And so every comment was taking the piss out of Channel 7 being like, wow, this is revolutionary news. This is proper journalism. And I didn't realize I was logged in as the Leaguie. I thought I was logged in as my personal account. Anyway, I don't really care that much. But I commented as the Leaguie. That's it. I'm changing my vote to One Nation. I've seen enough. And a number of people who were fans of my content were like, damn, I'm really disappointed in you. Like, sincerely didn't realize I was joking. Anyway. Yeah, is what it is. Hello, SV. How are you going? You sent a message on Discord. I've been bad at checking Discord messages, unfortunately, but I will do my best to get to it soon. For sure. So Walker, it's actually a more difficult kick than I thought. This is not a guarantee, but I'd certainly expect him to get it and kick the Roosters into the lead. Let's see what he does here. I'm very behind, by the way. I'm about to play behind you guys. Kick for Sammy Walker. Oh, I think he's missed. He's missed. Wow. Yeah. 10 points apiece. Walker, that's a poor miss from him. Poor miss. He hoisted it really high up in the air, but it did go wide. As an autistic, your fan base is autistic. My engaged fan base, certainly. Yes. I'm flattered to be someone's autistic obsession, though. Like, that's cool. I am to someone what trains are to most autists, and that's incredibly flattering. So, yeah. Yeah. TMC, okay, I'm not an ASMR enthusiast. It's funny, I love music and audio. These headphones cost the GDP of some are, but I get all weird about ASMR. I don't like the sound of someone being right there in my ear. I think part of it is that I live by myself. I'm certainly very social, but I spend 80% of my time in this room by myself. So having someone, doing things is really uncomfortable. Not a fan. Not a fan. What bet are you talking about, St. George fan? I'm not sure what you mean. Played there by Tedesco. So kick on the last for DCE. Good set of points from the Roosters. We're not going to contest that one, but Savala, Toya, and Walker pushing sharp backwards. I like that. I like that. We're on top at the moment. Let's go. I'm not autistic, but you kind of are my obsession, I guess. Thank you. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. I've got a mate, though, right, who is ADHD autistic. And you wouldn't really be able to, you wouldn't be able to see it. Like, I don't know how extreme it is, whatever. I've never really asked that deeply. But I was talking to him the other day. Like, I've never been diagnosed with anything. I don't know how you would go about that. I don't think I am autistic. I don't know. No idea. Some of you might think I am. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. If let's say, hypothetically, I were to be diagnosed with any kind of behavioral thing, whatever, I would not change a thing about my life. I wouldn't care. I'm me. I am the way that I am. So it's not like I'd really, wear the label proudly. I just would not care about the label. Is that how that works? Anyway, it's going to be a Newcastle penalty here. High contact from Egan Butcher. At least I expect it will be a penalty. Yeah, that's the ruling. Penalty Newcastle. And I said that we were on top. That penalty could switch some momentum. As a diagnosed person with autism, you are literally my obsession, and you should be proud of it. You, sir, I assume, sir, need a better obsession. Go get a different hobby. I can't do that. Can't do that. Anyway, Jones with a run there. I'm glad that it's dinosaurs for you, Sea Phantom. I know you were a training enthusiast back when we did the Red Dead Redemption 2 streams, but... Yeah, so Freeze is going to have to go off for a HIA. Fair enough, it was high contact. What do you think about Blades? Never been a big fan. Does that mean that I'm not autistic? Probably. Alright, so Trey Mooney is coming on. 7 minutes gone in this second half. Good opportunity here for Newcastle to strike straight away. Here we go. Crossland now. Across to find the try scorer, Matthew Croker. How old is Matty Croker? 25? 26. So, he turned 27 this year. A little older than I thought by a couple of years, but a very solid player. He's someone that's just going to gradually get a heap of matches, I think, under his belt. Croker. On to find Mooney. Nice shoveling it on to find Sanders Smith. Sharp back through the middle there. Good sitting tackle there from Celesi Foketti. All right, here we go. Crossland. To find Sanders Smith. Now in the hands of Dylan Brown. They've got numbers out wide there. Dominic Young for the corner. He'll score. And Newcastle reclaim the lead. Dominic Young against his former club. God damn it. Newcastle. Back in front. Oh no. Toby says GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. GTA 5. I adore GTA 5. Damn it. Someone said they're going to be at the Raiders-Tigers game, as am I. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be sitting, but if you're in my Discord, which you can access, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description here. Or if you're on Twitch, you can do !Discord and you'll get a link to it. And I'll say where I am at the game. You're going to run 6 kilometers for Nilso? Well, he hasn't approached me about it. I think Hainesy's the one that's doing it this time, so... So George Dragons fan says, I had a bet with a mate who's a Roosters fan. I was saying how Mark's a legend, and he said that he isn't worth keeping for just 2 seasons. I thought he was talking smack. So I said if he doesn't score in the first 4 tries, I'll wear a Roosters shirt in public. A $10 one from Best and Less. Well, you got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it. Why is Ponga out? I think it was calf tightness. From memory. Favorite music artist? The Beatles. I know. Original. Niche underground band. Sandman from the touchline. Newcastle hitting straight back there. Straight back. It was only 4 minutes since Teddy scored his try. That's all good. Trains with Teddy. If you see me at the game, come say hi. That's cool. Good to hear, S3, that you got your e-bike and your footy team smashed the opposition by 50 points. Good stuff. What a kick from Sanders Smith. Oh, my God. That's a glorious kick. Newcastle lead by 6, straight as an arrow. Wowzers. The Beatles, name 5 songs. Stairway to Heaven. Rocket Man. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Wonderwall. And Bohemian Rhapsody. Alright, so Francis Malalua has passed the HIA. Newcastle are just keep on keeping on. They keep on keeping on. I'm getting a little bit shaky. Getting a little bit oi. Run for Trey Mooney. Leaguie, are you ready for the Thai girls to destroy the Roosters tomorrow? It is on Sunday, I hope. Is it not? It better be on Sunday, because I scheduled a stream for that game on Sunday. You forgot My Sharona? I did, but that's because I don't really like that song, as we've discussed in the past. Alright. Crossland now. To find Thomas Cant. No, I don't think your mate is Sir George Dragons fan, because I would not use that word. So, alright. Surely, right, what the neutral wants to see is Roosters scoring in the next 10 minutes and we have 16 all heading into the last 20. That's what the neutral wants to see, right? Why is Billy Smith playing the wing? That's not good. Have I missed something? Is Daniel Tupou is kill? I hope he's not kill. I can't see him. I don't think they mentioned that in the commentary. Is Daniel Tupou is killed? Rana Laurie says that Tigers player who slapped Salmon is delusional. At least Bulldogs won 32-0 up the Dogs. It's Alex 12, yeah. Bit of argy-bargy. How does it feel to support a team that consistently makes the 8? Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Oh, we lost ball from the Roosters. We are costing ourselves here. And, yeah, Toops is not on. So Hugo Savala's playing centre. Billy Smith is playing wing. Tupou is on. He doesn't look to be on. Am I tripping? Bruh, Daniel Tupou was straight up not out there. I don't know what to say. Looney Tackle there. Why have they not mentioned it in commentary? When your 35-year-old GOAT isn't on the field, you worry. Okay? You worry. You get concerned. Sharp. Stepping back through the middle there. We can't afford to concede another try here. I would begin to get very worried. Crossland. To find Sandon. Good run there from Trey Mooney. Good run there. 2 tackles left here for the Roosters to survive. They're about 15 out. Crossland for Brown. Nothing doing on that left-hand side. Sorry, right-hand side. So they go back to the left. Croker back in field to find Sharp. Ooh. Ooh. Short answer, no, Daniel Tupou is not dead. But is he killed, though? Brown into the line, and we'll just take a tackle there. Not a terrible result. Roosters are going to be coming off their own try line here. Damn. I do remember you, Donna Bartola. I remember that name. It kind of stands out. Oh, that was for ChatGPT when I asked it, is Daniel Tupou is kill? Okay, good. Good. I'm glad. Like, Leaguie, what's your favorite dinosaur? The Carcharodontosaurus. I did a project on it in year 6. It's like a T-Rex, but like actually bigger and meaner. So. Oh, now they're talking about it. Walker is furiously saying 6 more. He's not going to get it. I didn't see anything to indicate 6 more. Oh, that was a bad pass. That was a very bad pass. We are really not on it tonight. We are absolutely not on it tonight. God damn. Kick there for DC. It was inside the 40. And if it hadn't been caught on the full, potentially 40-20 chance. But Sharp returns it. Oh, and that's a beautiful step. He's going to get it to near halfway. Newcastle are well and truly on top here. Wowzers. Wowzers. So, they're trying to figure out why Tupou's off. Run from Maju. I'm no longer comfortable here, folks. I am no longer comfortable. You're my favorite footy streamer ever. Thanks for the entertainment. Thank you so much for your kind words, Rena Laurie. That's much appreciated. Thank you. All right. Brown. Takes a tackle there. Again, I feel that the Roosters are defending. And Brown is staying down here. He's trying to get some sort of... No, I don't think he is trying to get a penalty, actually. It seems to be a leg injury. He's in some Barney rubble, and he has to go back down. This could be huge for Newcastle season, potentially. Read my comment. What comment? That Savala is leagues better than Savala? Yeah, I think it's the left leg. I mean, so George Dragons fan, that's objectively not true. What you said, so no. That Tupou had a water bottle thrown at him. Can you call your father at full time? I absolutely will. I absolutely will. So, if Brown can't continue... Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing. Oh, okay.
Pandamelically just redeemed speed dealer Sunnies.
What a result it would be for Newcastle to get a win if they have lost Ponga throughout the week. They lose Lucas and Brown throughout it. Looking at the guys that they have opted to use, it's 4 forwards. Like, I guess Crossland into the halves and... someone in it, hooker. Shoulder injury for Toops. Oh no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you like MJ, Michael Jackson? Not really as much as most do. Decent fan of the Jackson 5, but really haven't discovered a heap of Michael Jackson's career. So, no. Alright, so we're underway again. I think Brown has come from the field. This is going to be the last. Yeah, Brown is off. Roosters really have no excuses not to win this game. Sandon puts it high up in the air. Young will catch it. Gets an offload back into the hands of Sammy Walker. Okay. Roosters surviving again, but we really need to get down to the other end of the field. I know it's a lot easier said than done, and that's going to help us, though. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. When did Dill Brown get murked tonight? Here's my Supercoach halfback. Just then. Literally 2 seconds ago. Sharp will play fullback in 6 at the same time. Basically what Pong has done for half his career. Yes. But I'm more thinking about who defends at 6. Really, you can shift a back rower out, I guess. But anyway. Fox OKM, thank you for following on Twitch. Thank you. He's having a word with Mooney. He's warning him, Wyatt Raymond. By the way, so Wyatt Raymond refereed Raiders and Souths, which I was at last week. My goodness gracious, he is a monstrous human. Brother is so tall. He is a giant. Next to first grade rugby league footy players, bro, he's got altitude. He's got motion sickness. He's breathing thinner air than the rest of us from those insane heights. It's crazy how big he is. Crazy. If the Roosters didn't exist, what team would you support? If they didn't exist, my dad would have probably grown up as a Dragons fan, and therefore I would be a Dragons fan. But my second favorite team is probably the Raiders. I live in Canberra. Big Warriors fan, though, as well. Huge news, says Reckless Ollie. What have we got? Bradley with a run. I need to be back on level terms. I'm looking at that clock, and like every time I look at it, another 5 minutes are gone, and I'm worried. Tedesco to find Hugo Savala. Tackle there is the makeshift center by Fletcher Hunt. Google AI overview has said Daniel Tupou is dead. Wallahi, rest in peace, my brother, my Tongan king. Oh no, that's so sad. On the last. Anyway, Walker puts an eye up in the air. It's not really going to be near the try line whatsoever, and Mark will just take that tackle over the touchline. Yeah. The kick wasn't great. The kick needed about 10 more meters on it, but anyway. Do you like Shaquille O'Neal's music? Today I learned that Shaquille O'Neal does music. That was not something that I was previously across. You know what I love about wearing these sunglasses? Right now, it looks like I'm looking into the camera, but I am not looking into the camera. I'm actually looking down at myself. And like, if I had the sunglasses off, this is what that would look like. So it's like very, very clearly not good. But this is fine. Heaps good. Heaps better. Hell yeah. Which Crichton would you want? Stephen Crichton or the Roosters Crichton? Stephen Crichton is certainly a better player at this stage of his career. Grant's on the bench? Damn. Well, he is. I was going to say Origin, but no, we're beyond that. We're beyond that. All right. 23 minutes left. 23 minutes left. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I think I might go as far as to say next try scorer in this game wins. Mooney with the tackle, is tackled there by a number of Roosters. That's going to be the 4th. Sharp. Gets an offload there. On to find Matt Croker straight through the middle. A 20-meter run. These are the things that the Roosters just can't be allowing. It's a real, like, tough field position battle. Sandon's going to put the kick high up in the air. It's going to be contested, this one. Good catch there from Billy Smith. Damn. Okay. Dylan Brown, Dylan Lucas, Dylan Juggery, Dylan Napa, Dylan Edwards. There's a lot of good Dylans. There's a lot of good Dylans in rugby league. All right. Savala with a run.
Hey, Leaguie,
Money God 164 you just redeemed head dent check.
It's not that big a dent, to be honest. Knighted can't stop swearing. He's not happy at all. What's he not happy about? Well, I mean, aside from the injuries. Is it the injuries? Oh, Butcher's through. Go side. He's got Tedesco in support. He's got Tedesco in support. 3 of the best. He's made them pay. And that completes a wonderful hat trick. Woo! Come on. Yes. That's it. That's it. More. That's what we want. That's what we want. Matthew Butcher. And yes, a lot of people think it's Nathan Butcher. It's not. Nat is actually short for Matthew. Fun fact. Don't fact check that because you'll find it's not true. Anyway, Tedesco, bro. 3. Brother is 70 billion years old. He was around for the First and Second World War. And yet, damn, he's carving up the Newcastle Knights today. Let's get it. I'm going to take the opportunity to give you guys some chair content for just a moment. Back in a sec. Thank Jeebus Sam Walker kicked that one. What did I say, by the way? BT Dubs, like, just rewind about 10 minutes or so, yeah? And I was like, you know what the neutral would love? Roosters score 16-all 20 minutes ago. I said that. Neutrals love it, clearly. You are the neutrals, and you're very, I'm sure you're very happy. Because obviously you're such a big Roosters enthusiast. Bear with me, I'm plugging in a fan. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Not like a fan is in... Oh. No. Lights are good. Not a fan is in Tiger Walker's definitely not Autist obsession with me. A fan is in this. But Leaguie, why on earth would you need a fan in Canberra winter? Because I insist on live streaming in pretty much exclusively winter attire. In a room that has air conditionado, as they say in France. You know, Bob, I'm a broken clock who is right twice a day. Is that an error? Yeah, damn it, Roosters. Damn it, Reece Robson. Comeback loading? From Roosters? Obviously. Leaguie, do you know a Jess in any of your uni classes? I know of a Jess at my uni. I don't think I know a Jess in my classes specifically. If you're referring to the short that I made about a girl called Jess like earlier this year, Jess was not her name. But anyway, I do know a Jess.
Redeemed a thing.
Dean off travel now just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
There you go. 19 minutes left. Newcastle with good field position here. Very good field position. Starting to set near the halfway line. I just want to see Newcastle errors. Just drop balls, bro. Just, oh no, oh, ball. Unfortunate. Dominic Young, you did it for us earlier. Do it for us again. Cross a beautiful ball there. Beautiful. I love Phoenix Crossland. He's so dynamic. League, what are your top 5 favorite teams? Roosters, well, Roosters obviously number 1. The order of the others fluctuates, to be honest, but Raiders, Warriors, Newcastle, Tigers. Hunt does pirouette away, gets the ball out to Dominic Young. It was a pass that was a lot of risk and not a heap of reward. Young still crabbing across field. Siwa Wong eventually tackles him. Leaguey, please acknowledge that James Tedesco has soared 3 Desco. There you go. He has. Francis Mane Leilua to hit it up. Is he going to get it off the way? It ends up in the hands of the Roosters. Is that a penalty? God damn it, it is. And they're going to take the 2 here. Yeah. We just can't get back on level terms. We're consistently pushed behind. It's annoying. Ball came free. It contacted a Rooster, and then Radley was there. Unfortunate and unlucky, but it is a penalty, and Newcastle will take the 2 here. Where would you put Manly? Like 7th? Probably. Yeah, they wouldn't be too far behind that pack. Yeah, they contacted Siwa Wong and then ended up with Victor Radley. So it would have been a repeat set anyway for Newcastle. But, yeah. Except it's not. It's Nathaniel Butcher. Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware that Nat is not, in fact, short for Nathew. Since you mentioned him again, I just don't think it's fair that Knights get to play 2 Joeys in the number 12 jersey. Joey Manu and Joey Leilua. Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, Manu Leilua. I was like, what are you talking about? Because Joey Leilua did play for Newcastle, and I was like, oh, maybe he played in the back row for one game. I don't know. But then Joey Manu never played for Newcastle. No, it's Francis Manu Leilua. It's not Leilua. It's Leilua. Manu Leilua. I've been mispronouncing that. I know a Jess who goes to a uni that is also studying law, and I believe her family are Roosters supporters. There we go. I mean, we'd have to be in the same year group, really, for me to know her. The Sandman. To put Newcastle in front. He's hooked it. He's hooked it. So you're going to see the rare 20-meter dropout now. We don't see that much in Rugby League. We'll see if the Roosters go short. I am very familiar with the 20-meter dropout purely because I would constantly miss conversions in Rugby League video games. So, so talk of ACL potentially for Dylan Brown. Is that going to go the 10? I think did that not break the plane? It hasn't gone the 10. Damn. Okay, so Newcastle penalty. I thought that might have bounced 10. Surely they can't take the 2. Surely they can't take the 2. No, I think... Play the ball, yeah. White Raymond has admitted he's made a mistake. It's not a penalty. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Correct ruling in the end. I'm glad it's not a penalty, but anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. I think she's 24. Then we might be in the same group. Again. Oh no, I knew what Jess, but her family wouldn't have been Roosters fans. Who was in my year group? Anyway, Crossland now to find Trey Mooney. Again, Roosters under the pump. It's been that throughout so much of this game so far. Sandon Smith. To find best, but good defensive read from Robert Toyer. Saw that one coming. Played it quickly there. Thomas Cant now. On to find Greg Maju. Fun fact, Shandor Earl once thought that it was M-A-J-U. Maju. Anyway, Sandon Smith. To find Elijah Salesa-Leomoana. Having him in front of Francis Manu Leilua. Too much. Young knocks that on. All right, Roosters survive again. 15 minutes left. I tell you what, when Roosters get down Newcastle's end of the field, I know I'm a proponent of the early field goal, yeah? I would just bop it. Field goal time. Stick your little beak in front, you Roosters players. Stick it in front because we are not getting any ground down there. I'd love to put them under a little bit of pressure. It wouldn't be the field goal to win the game, but it would be the field goal to just make Newcastle a little bit antsy. That's my thinking there. They're not going to do it, though. Solid run there from Spencer Leniu. If we can get back into a sort of set for set right now, that'd be great for us because we've just been giving the ball to them and then been under the pump. White thinks about the offload about 3 times and then eventually decides against it. The right call. Tedesco then. Back to find Sammy Walker. There's a bit of room out there. Butcher on for Savala. Gets it out to Billy Smith. Nothing really doing on that wing. Does well, though. We get it over the halfway line. Given where we started the set, I'll absolutely take that. Walker puts it up in the air. Tedesco's chasing it. I think it might have been offside. It's not called offside. Wong backwards, and it ends up in the hands of Tyson Frizzell. So, I'll take it, but it's not the worst place to start a set there for Newcastle. 25 out. Best with it. Tackle by DC and Mark. Can you please quote Democracy Manifest? This is Democracy Manifest error? Challenge it. Surely they will. Surely they will. All my overseas mates love that clip, by the way. Love that clip. It's basically what they know Australia for. Come on, it's what we needed. Here come the Roosters. Look, we're in good attacking possession here, right? Let's view this set as a 5-tackle set. View it as a 5-tackle set, and if we still can't do anything after firing a shot on the 4th, pop a field goal. Just boop, cheeky one. That's all I'm asking. And we're not shutting up shop after that. Certainly not. That's high contact. That's high contact. My God, that should have been a Roosters penalty. That was high contact. Anyway. All right, we move on. 12 and a half minutes to go. This is going to be the second here. Robson's in a dummy half. Walker. To find DCE. Again, contacted hard there. No illegal contact in that one, though. Can a player from the Roosters who is not James Tedesco score a try? That would be wonderful. Nafahu White, with a bit of space around the middle, gets about a metre shy of the line. Robson spins it out to Walker. Another cutout pass. Savala gets outside Hunt. Billy Smith. We get 6 more there, the Roosters. He thinks better of going for the corner. Still got really, really close. 6 more Roosters. Come on, boys. Come on. 12 minutes to go here. Walker with it. We can just settle a little bit more here. Nafahu White fends away from 1. Straightens. He's looked threatening when he has the ball, Nafahu. Robson gets it back to Walker. Oh, over the top. It might be forward. If it's not ruled forward, it's a try. Let me hear that whistle. Yes! Yes! Come on! Woo! There's going to be a lot of talk about that being forward. And I'm going to be real from that angle. I think it was. I think it was. I don't know. It's really hard to tell when you go down to that end of the field. We now need to make sure that we don't think, oh, good, we're back in the league, game over. This is so alive, this game. This is so alive. So alive. Walker with it. He's not kicked overly well tonight. He's got a very tough kick coming here. Tries confirmed. Good. We've notoriously not been able to keep hold of leads throughout this game. We'll see what we can do here. I've never seen such corruption. I'm going to be honest. I said this before, right? I would have probably ruled that a forward pass on my look there. But obviously, Bunker can't intervene there. And as I say, it's really, really difficult for us to be able to judge from a camera in the middle of the field when it's at such an angle close to the try line. Everything's exaggerated. So anyway, surely Knights come back. I certainly hope not. SV says, my top 5 are Manly, Roosters, Warriors, Broncos, Dragons. That's quite an eclectic mix. Interesting. All right. Can we lead by 6? Certainly if we lead by 6... I'm now thinking field goal for the Roosters. I'm now thinking field goal for the Roosters. Come on. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross everything you got, folks. Cross them all. Sammy, I'm manifesting everything right now. I need your sharp shooting boots on. Oh, yeah, boy. That's my star, boy. That's my star, boy. Have your Lockie Galvins. Have your Izzy Cartoas. That's my star, boy. Hell yes. Field goal time, Chookies. Field goal time. This will show... you know what? On that angle, I think it's probably backwards. Nonetheless, you're going to see everyone who didn't want the Roosters to win to say that's forward. But we'll see. Yeah, damn. I've been really nervous. And this is not a sigh of relief. There's 10 minutes to survive here. But we're looking all right. If Knights win, will you swear? Probably, like, involuntarily. Just out of frustration. Menu, that's a good run. And a penalty! And a penalty! And a penalty! Get that in here! Get that in here! Hell yeah, come on. Knights frustrated. I did say at halftime, someone said, I think it was Mario, Knights come home with a wet sail. And I said, I think if either of these teams are likely to come home with a wet sail, it's us. Let's see if we can do it. Are they going to challenge it here, Newcastle? Okay. Challenging the shoulder charge. I mean, it looks like a bit of a shoulder from Francis Manu Leleua. It's Francis. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win that. Could be a bit of a desperation challenge, and I understand that. You might as well have a go. I can already see the angry and laughing reactions on Facebook, of course. Oh, they're going to win it. Okay, they're going to win that challenge. You're going to win that challenge. Fair enough. I don't completely mind that call. I can see why it was ruled a shoulder charge. I'm very biased. I would have probably kept it as a shoulder charge. But anyway, challenge successful. Lenu's the most entertaining forward since Jared Wallace. Since Jared Wallace? What? Jared Wallace? John, I will be calling my dad at full time. Win, lose, or draw. All good, did Leaguie swear? No stress. Lenu with a run there. Second of the set. Good stuff. Holds the ball. Francis Manu Leleua thought that he had knocked it on. Robson to find DCE. These are the moments that Daly Cherry Evans was brought to the Sydney Roosters for. Toya doesn't get that one. Sharp. Good kick return. He's had a good night at the back, Fletcher Sharp has. Very, very good nights at the back. Marju there. Good contact on the Fahu White, who smiles. A front rower on a winger, and the winger probably got the better of him there. Anyway, plays it on the 30, on the second. Crossland to find Dominic Young. Alright, 8.5 minutes to go. I'm watching that clock tick down. I'm really, really happy we've got a 6-point lead. If we had a 4-point lead, I would be crapping myself. And they're through here. Bradman Best is going to score. Oh, no. Ah. Deary me. Just straight through a hole. Straight through a hole. Tedesco did pretty well to get a bit of a bite of both players, but he wasn't going to beat Best for speed. And surely the Sandman kicks someone to level terms here. What a game of rugby league, by the way. Like absolute rugby league for sure, but like, wow. God damn it, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. I felt when we got that try to Billy Smith, I was like, okay, we can manage this game to the end. We can bop a field goal, manage this game. Did he make the kick? I haven't seen him take it yet. I would be incredibly surprised if he misses this. Incredibly surprised if he misses this. Knights still doesn't look happy. Well, he has seen his team season largely, particularly if Dylan Brown is out for an extended period. It's really tricky to view their rest of the season that positively, so I can understand, but the context of this game for Newcastle is a lot more than just this one game. I'm not going to read chat until I've seen him kick it, because a lot of you guys are ahead of me. Surely he kicks it. I have no expectation that he misses. But damn. Sandman, come on, we've been through so much. You're a former Rooster. You know, at heart, you're red, white, and blue. You're not red and blue. Come on, please, please, Sando. I need you to not clutch up here, brother. He's clutched up. Okay, yeah, fine, fair enough. Nah, it's all right. I guess he hates us. That's fine. No stress. That's all good. No stress. Francis has had a game. Damn. Okay, 22 points apiece. Less than 7 minutes to go. The team that holds the ball is the team that wins this game. The team that holds the ball is the team that wins this game. My little heart can't take it. Okay. We do literally have the player with the most field goals in NRL history in our team. Good hit on Mooney there. Forcing him backwards as well. That's good. That's good from the Roosters there. We're going to have Newcastle coming out of their own 10. That's what you want from a kickoff. Matt Croker now. Into the thick of it. No quoting of that song, though. Richie Benawa score. Very true. 22-22. All right. Queensland Cup Country Round this week. Do you think you could name any of the 7 locations if you take 7 guesses? No. Rockhampton. There's 1 guess. Kent with a run up to the 40. I'm going to be honest, though. Right now, with my team level points with 6 minutes to go, I couldn't give 2/3 of a flying toss what's going on in Queensland Cup. Respectfully. Billy Smith with a good catch. Yeah, don't pass it, Billy. Don't pass it. No need. Just take a hit up yourself, lad. Up to the 30. I don't mind that. Okay. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. To be honest, whether we win or lose this game, there's going to be decent questions asked about, like, this was an absolutely depleted Newcastle side. Yes, with a lot to play for. But we should have got the job done. It shouldn't have come to this. That's if we win. If we lose, it's going to be even worse. Robson going to the left-hand side. Bradley on for Nafahu White. We're making good ground here. White gets an offload. That's going to be even better ground. Bradley, just hit it up yourself. He's not going to hit it up himself. Gets a pass out to Rob Toyer. Okay. Interesting. A bit of a half break. A complete break. He's got Tedesco in support. He doesn't find Tedesco. Go, Rob. Go, Rob. Go, Rob. Go, Rob. No, it's a meter short. He had Tedesco. Go to the left-hand side. We have lost the ball. No. Ah! No. No. It was there. Rob, give it to Teddy. Give it to him. He scored 3 tries in this game already. Just a little pass. It wasn't hard. Just give it to him. No. Oh, Newcastle ball. Bruh. That's so close. I would have surely won it. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, someone do clip that. Okay. Jones with a hit up. We're winning the field position battle at least, but that was an opportunity. Crossland will kick. He is playing half. That's a long kick. Is it too long? Is it too long? Is it too long? It's too long. Oh, that sat up like an absolute demon. Okay, 4 minutes left. We get a 7 tackle set from 20 meters. Get to a kick. Get to a kick and give it to Cherry Evans. To bop a field goal. That's what we need. Just hit it up 6 times and bop it Cherry Evans. That's the plan. Wong with a run. Yeah, don't do any silly offloads in that. It's not what we want. It's not what we want. Robson to White. Oh, no, to Tedesco. Walker with it. There's a bit of space out there. He doesn't opt to find that space. Just hit it up. We have enough tackles left. We have enough ground covered to just hit it up. Is that 6 more? It's not going to be. Is it? No, it's not going to be. Robson with a run now. Bruv, stop passing. Just hit it up, please. We don't need to be trying anything fancy here. Just one up off the rock. Just bop it through the middle. That's all we need. Come on. Come on. Just one off the rock. Don't pass it, Teddy. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, Cherry Evans. Come on, Cherry Evans. Robson for Cherry Evans. Robson for Cherry Evans. Yes! 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 Come on! Ah! Yeah, I'm here. Woo! Hell yes. Bang. There's 3 minutes to defend. Young gets it. Young knocks it on. Roosters ball. Manage it, please. Do not do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid. What device are you watching this game on? An iPad. Foxtel Go on an iPad. Lenu with a run. Don't do an offload. Stop dummying. You're playing with my heart. I don't want you to do that. Stop it, please. Okay. Just hit it up. Just hit it up. We've got it. Like, there is time on the clock to ensure that Newcastle get one set. If we just hold the ball and don't make a rugby league error, we will ensure that when they get the ball, they'll be coming off their try line. That's the play. I don't know if any of these guys have played rugby league before, but I've watched a lot of it. So I obviously know what's better for the game. Fourth, Terry Evans. Onto one. He hits it up nicely. Good run. I don't even care if they get to a kick here. Hit it up as far as I care. Terry Evans is going to put a little bomb up. Mark's going to go up for it. No, Newcastle ball. My stream is frozen. My stream is frozen. Why is my stream frozen? Okay, anyway. Whatever. Newcastle ball. This is the set that everything in the game comes down to, and I am absolutely bricking it. Tackle there, Newcastle on the third. Come on. Come on. They've got to try something fancy here. They're going to spread it to their right-hand side. Hunt gets it onto Dominic Young. There's Roosters out there, though. There's Roosters out there. Come on. That's it. This is the fourth. They're only up to the 20. Come on. Please. Please. I need this. Tackle there is Thomas Kent. They've got one more to go. They've got one more rugby league set left. They've got to try something. What? The Sandman. I said it earlier. Former Rooster. By Jingo has he delivered there. Wow. What? Sando. Ball's come free. Penalty Roosters. Goodbye. Finished. 25-22. End of the game. Sando. On the last, was just like, I'm gonna just run. Because that's weird, because he must have got it really wrong. Because he's the only noted half on the field. He wouldn't have hit it up if he thought it was the fifth. I'm so confused. Dean says, I'm surprised I haven't been timed out. Yeah, why would you be timed out? If I'm the Leaguie, tell your dad thanks for the pizza recommendation. Thanks for your service. And thanks a lot, gang, for timing me out. I didn't time you out. Unsuccessful challenge. They had to try it. Wait. It was stressy. It was very stressy. But we got it done.
Hey, Leaguie,
We
someone
got it
just
done.
redeemed a thing.
Smart guy Yay just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
By God, am I having a Pepsi Max sip. We win. This sport is gonna take years off my life expectancy, bro. Respectfully. Yay, we won a game. Let's get it. I'm happy. Wow. So good. That's made my week. I don't know what to believe. Look, I'm so happy we won. There was an absolute rugby league world where we didn't win that game. 1,000,000,000%. We are going to call my dad. We've only got a few minutes before kickoff for the next game. I'm going to have to change. I guess. I don't know. I'll figure out the moment to do it. Where's my phone? Here's my phone. Let's see what he thinks. I'm just gonna let him know how I feel. Pretty much.
Ugly. So ugly. But we won. But look, this is what a top 8 team does. A top 4 team. It is not what a team that's going to win the comp do. You know, we've got to start playing. There was no period of that game that we owned the game for 10, 15 minutes. Every time we scored, we just let them back in. But in the end, Dylan, from our last 5 games, we've accumulated 10 points.
Yeah.
Can't do more than that. And that's, in this comp, any comp, that's really, really good. But horribly ugly win.
Awful.
When we get to 22, 22-16, you thought, okay, let's own the last 10 minutes. But we didn't even do that. They had so many guys injured, dead. I think this is their season now. I can't see them coming back in any meaningful manner. But at least we won. But we're really going to have to play so much better to do anything meaningful, against Warriors or Penrith. Your thoughts? Or I suppose you've already shared your thoughts with your audience.
Yeah, I won't lie. It's mostly just been me groaning and voice cracking and palpitations and stuff. I can't talk long because the next game's about to start, but happy with a win. We've got North Queensland next. Their best player, Tom Dearden, will be out for that game, I'm almost certain. So,
No. Okay, disco. Let's talk disco then.
Yes, we'll end on that.
My favourite, I could get it down to 3 because I love a trilogy. I love a musical trilogy. My favourite 3 disco songs: Never Can Say Goodbye, Gloria Gaynor; Rasputin, Boney M; and Lady Marmalade by Patti LaBelle.
I didn't see that third one coming, but it's a brilliant choice.
Oh, it's fantastic. And the story's great. You know the story of Lady Marmalade?
I do. I have heard the song.
Okay. Tell your audience, listen to those 3 and tell me what they think. I would be really interested, given that they're a young audience, to know their views on those 3 songs. Very quickly, your brother's favourite 3 disco songs are: number 1, YMCA by the Village People; number 2, YMCA by the Village People; and number 3, YMCA by the Village People. All right. Enjoy calling the next game, Tiger. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, go the Storm. Bye.
Bye.
Right, YouTubers, I'm going to end this stream. It will automatically redirect you to the next stream. Sit tight. It will start momentarily in a few minutes. I need to go get changed, but I will be back. See you guys in a sec. Goodbye.